So we go from Barstool Big Cat to one of our favorite guys in Kyle Schwarber, who's joining us from Wrigley Field right now
Sounds
on the
like
CarX Tire and Auto Hotline.
It sounds like the national anthem is being sung early.
Are they rehearsing it right now, Kyle?
The game's actually going on, so
Yeah.
everyone's late.
That's how dedicated to Waddle and Silvy you are.
Yeah.
You're lining up for the anthem, and the game's about to start, but yet you're still talking to us.
Yeah.
How you guys doing? Doing all right?
Yeah. Well, how are you? Like, we were so excited for you to come to town and see you mash, but you hurt the groin a little bit. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'll be good. I should be back as soon as that 10 days is up. So everything's good. Everything's trending the right way, and go from there.
Was it important for you to still travel and to be in town?
I mean, you don't want to, miss an off day in Chicago where you can go get some good food. So it's definitely, definitely nice that you're able to travel, and the team wanted me to keep going. So it's nice to come up here, brought the family up, and everything's good.
It sounds like you guys are a family yourself as a team, and like, listen, you have fun whether you're able to play or not. You want to be around the guys.
Yeah, exactly. This group has been so much fun over the last, going into year 3 now with them, and I mean, it's just been one of those groups that, it's that infectiousness, of just everyone, you think you're old now, but you're really not. But, all these guys keep you young, and you have fun every single day, and you look forward to walking into the clubhouse. It's been awesome. So, every day that you walk into the field with a big smile on your face. It's been fun.
What's on the list when you come to town with a family that you have to go to get a bite to eat?
Yeah, I mean, at some point, you got to get deep fish pizza because it's just not really around anywhere. So, you just got to come in and scratch off the list. But, it's nice that whenever you get to come in and they cater, RPMs, Chicago cut, places like that, it's always good.
My head is ringing right now from the anthem. Yeah,
I mean, she sounded great.
We're running it back again. I got my hat off.
You've been a dad for quite some time now. You got a hang of this thing?
You guys there? Sorry, I lost you.
Yeah, no, I said you've now been a dad for quite some time now. You got a hang of this thing, being a baseball player and a father?
No, I mean, it's been awesome being. I mean, heck, we had our second kid, so
wow, congrats!
Congrats.
Two boys, so it's been a lot of fun, and I mean, our 2-year-old's obsessed with baseball, and that's all he wants to do all day, every day is hit off the tee or throw the ball to me or run around, act like he hits a home run. It's pretty cool to see how it naturally happens, and there's nothing forced on him, and all he wants to do is just do that, and every time he sees baseball on, he just starts clapping his hands and goes, "Woo, Daddy!" I'm like, it's not me. That's Anthony Rizzo, or it's Aaron Judge on the TV, guys. Like I wish that was me hitting homers.
That's you. But I mean, could you see, you see so many guys who you probably have played with who are second generation baseball players. It's so far down the road, but it goes by quick. Could you ever imagine having a son playing professional baseball?
Well, I mean, I think it would be pretty cool to see that. I mean, it's crazy just how he loves it as a 2-year-old. I mean, that's literally all he wants to do. And, it's going to be interesting to see when he keeps growing up and see, the interest, see if the interest level still stays there. But, that's like the cool thing, right, is where you want your kid to see what dad does. And, hopefully as he keeps going, and I can keep going as long as I can in this game, to let him keep maturing and really understand kind of what dad did and see if that really sticks to him. And, if he wants to go down that route, especially, we'll have the resources to make sure that he can try to do what he wants to do.
We've asked you some memory questions before as we talked to Kyle Schwarber. It's Waddle and Silvy. When you walk through that tunnel now on the visiting side and you pop your head out to Wrigley Field for the first time, of a new year, like what's the first memory that comes back to you?
Oh man, there's a lot of them. I would probably say, I mean, driving in, you always kind of go back to the parade, but I would say kind of, the right field scoreboard shot always just sticks there in your head, right? It's just staring at you right in the face. So that's always a fun one to remember.
I was just, by the way, back to being a dad. I was doing the math here. Your son is 2. 17 years from now, if he's a really talented player like his old man, he'd be 19. He probably could get to the big leagues a year after. So let's say you're 49 years of age.
Oh.
Could
you be like the Griffeys of the next generation?
Or like LeBron now?
Yes.
We'll see. We're going to have to see the way this game's going to be trending. If there's still one old guy sticking around or not. If not, they're going to be paying kids like my son's age to freaking come take 35-year-old jobs.
I mean, you are like, look, you're still a young guy, Kyle, but you are kind of one of the elder statesmen on this team, are you not? I mean, how big of a transition is that for you?
I mean, for me, it's, I'm just being me, right? I'm always going to be myself, but we had great guys around when, I was a rookie here in Chicago, and it's just kind of, you see the way that those guys interacted with us when we were young, and now you can kind of take those interactions and kind of take that experience and go into different interactions you have with guys who are taking their first year in the big leagues or trying to take their next step into being, the players that they want to be. Right. So, yeah, we're still young, all of us. You look at all these guys on our team, you see that we got a lot of really star-studded guys, but we're still pretty young, but also there's just a lot of experience in here that you're able to pass along, which is awesome.
Who is different on the team, on Philly, that you really got to know well, that is completely different than you thought they would be when you first met them?
I think the easy answer to that, and kind of the real answer to the question would be Bryce, right? Like everyone always wanted to paint Bryce as kind of the bad boy in baseball, and he's really not. He's actually like super nice and just like the ultra competitor, and I respect the hell out of that. He's just like super genuine dude, and when he goes out and steps on that field, he's all out. Here we go. We're trying to play. We're trying to win, and I think that's the cool thing about it. And everyone wanted to paint kind of the bad picture about it, and there's no bad picture to be painted.
Is baseball in a good spot, in your opinion, Kyle? And what are we, like a year and a half into some of the changes that were implemented? I mean, do you think that the sport is pointed in the right direction and they've made the positive changes?
I think so. I mean, there's, probably some things that, they tweaked with that probably shouldn't have been tweaked with, but, at the end of the day, right, like, you want everyone to be happy, right? Like, there's definitely some benefits to, a pitch clock, and there's benefits to time on feet and things like that. But also, too, there's, you made all these big changes and then you change it again, those can be some negative setbacks, right? So, I think we'll see more, hopefully we can just have a stable game here for, quite some time now, hopefully until I'm freaking done playing, and, that nothing's changing and we can all adjust. I think that's the biggest thing is that, no matter the rules that are going to get put out there, if we like them or not, we're going to have to adjust because we're players and we got to play the game. Yeah. And, so we have to be able to go from there.
So you don't want robot umpires while you're playing?
No, not robot umpires. No.
You just want umpires that actually can call balls and strikes effectively instead of some.
Right. Did you?
I've always been a component of that. That I don't want robot umpires. I think that's like, still part of the game. We'll see what happens. I know that they've been doing a challenge system and things like that. That can bring in a little bit of strategy as well. But we'll see what happens. See if that comes in down the line.
Were you happy when Angel Hernandez announced his retirement? You had one of the greatest outbursts ever against him.
I know. I know I had a good outburst, but
that was a great one.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I was happy or sad or indifferent, right? Like, he had to he made a choice in his career, and it was over. And I know he had a long career and established career, and I know that there's probably a lot of points that have been pointed out negatively, but there's also probably some positive things that he's left behind, especially impressions on people. Everyone wants to paint him as a bad dude. He's not a bad dude. He was actually a really, really nice guy, which is, half the thing is like when you yell at him, you kind of feel bad, right? But at the end of the day, we're competitors and we're trying to win a game. So, I wish him all the best. I don't wish any harm to him or nothing like that. I wish him all the best and I hope he enjoys, the rest of his retirement.
Are you going to compete in the home run derby again?
Probably not. Not this year.
You're done?
Probably not this year.
Hey, I see you've stolen 4 bases this year.
Oh.
Is that a direct correlation to the bags being bigger, or are you just a little leaner and meaner and quicker these days in your old age?
I think there's some strategy to be put into that stuff, right? There's definitely strategy and base stealing now, and when to go, when not to go, and I wouldn't say it's with the bags being bigger. I would say it's more about just the right times to go, and when people are paying attention, when they're not paying attention, if they're really trying to pay attention to the hitter.
And finally, before we let you go, Kyle, it was 11 years ago today. You weren't on the Cubs yet. I don't think you were even drafted yet. 11 years ago today, the Cubs acquired Jake Arrietta. Obviously, you were a part of then that 15 team and Pittsburgh and that run there. The dominant stretch that was Jake Arrietta, how do you describe that?
I mean, wow. That was just something that you haven't seen, that like, it was just like, you felt like when he took the ball, it was just a win, kind of like the closest thing that we've had to that, especially here with the Phils is like, you watch when you kind of see what our starting staff's doing. You have just a really good you just feel good whenever they step out there on the mound, right? Like you look at Wheels, you look at Ranger, you look at Nola, you look at even Sanchez right now, the way that he's been throwing the ball. I mean, you just feel super confident. But that run that Jake went on was just, I mean, you felt like there could be a no-hitter every time he stepped out there on the mound because dudes were just coming back going, well, what are they supposed to do? The ball, he's cross-firing at 97 and sliders from 92 and a big curveball and a nasty changeup, and he's commanding the ball that you're not going to do anything with that. You're just not.
Who's the toughest guy to face today?
Toughest guy to face today?
For you?
That's a good question. Well, I like to say none of them in my head, right?
That's awesome.
but you gotta have some confidence when you walk in the box. But it's funny. It's and he's on our team is Ranger, where Ranger first came up. I forget it. If it was 19, I remember facing him in 19 actually with the Cubs. He came out. They're like, 91 sinker baller. And I go in and he just punches my ticket on 4 pitches. I was like, huh. Then I saw him again with Washington. And he was coming out of the bullpen. There'd be days that he was 96. There'd be days he was 91. And I'm like, what is going on? And the days he's throwing 96, it's unhittable. The days he's throwing 91, I'm like, I'm going to get him. I go up there and it's just going to break my freaking bat. Like, I didn't know what to do against the guy, and I'm happy I don't have to face that anymore. So I would say, Ranger now for me would be a tough one.
All right. Well, get well. And what was your reaction as you saw Jesse say, "Hey, come on with Waddle and Silvy again"? Are
Get
you
away
like,
from me, Jesse.
Oh crap! Are we still doing this?
I as soon as he came up, I said, "When?"
You are the best. We love talking to you. We'll always value the relationship.
Yep.
Get well.
Continued success.
Yeah, and so happy with the family too.
All
Thanks
right,
so
thank
much.
you guys. You guys enjoy your little vacation. I know you got a vacation going on.
Amen
so
for
enjoy
that.
the
Right.
vacation.
Yes.
You got it.
See you
Thank
guys.
you,
Thanks, Kyle.
There he is, Kyle Schwarber.